afternoon. We are here live. I'm gonna be out here for a little while. I'm not gonna be here too long. Let's see what we get. If I get, you know, get out here and we gonna see what we got real quick. I'm gonna get here and get this thing cracking up. See what we're working with. Hope everybody's having a good day. Be here for a little while. Trying to set everything up. So we'll see what we're doing. But we're gonna be on here. I'm gonna turn this thing on. We got some questions lined up, so we're gonna get on here real quick. Let's see. I'll put this thing up here real quick so we get to. Got this world premiere going on, so we're gonna see what we're working with. Hope everybody having a good day. If you're gonna be on, we're gonna talk. We're gonna see what's up. I'm gonna see what kind of vibe I get. We're gonna find out what we're working with. So we're gonna see what we're working with. If you on, feel free. Got some commentary from me. See what we're working with. And for you, if I tell me what's up. We're gonna be on for a little while. Looking forward to seeing anybody coming through. So if you happen to be on, say something, take the poll, hit the like, and let me know what's up. Um, Tentatively right now, I'll probably be on for about 'Depends what kind of vibe I get. Right now, I'm looking at 30 minutes. If I see anybody coming through, 45. So we're going to increments. But right now, at the barest minimum, the basics. But I hope anybody's out there want to talk. Feel free to holler. Let me know where you are, what you into, how's your day going. The poll question is about Stephen A. Smith, and of course, it got around the world when LeBron James blew up in his face like hot grease. So let me know. Do you think he was wrong? Do you think he was right? I don't think he did nothing wrong. I think LeBron James was just crying and moaning as usual. That's all he do, you know. So I have no problem with when you're a journalist, you got to do what you're supposed to do. You got something to say, you're supposed to say it. You can't sugarcoat it and downplay what your job is. That's your job. You have to let it be known that hey, you're standing on business. This is what you do. Bro, just saying. Just saying. So, but anyway, it's a bit absurd when people who are trying to tell someone that, hey, you can't do that. Well, if you're in the public eye, you fair game. You know, you're on that TV, you're on that broadcasting, you're fair game. It's what you do. So I don't understand how anybody can tell someone that, hey, get up in their face like that. That was wrong. So, and I'm not even a fan of Stephen A. Smith like that, but that was wrong. So anyway, let me know where you come down on all this though. Let's talk about it. What's this button? Okay. Got the nice fluorescent light coming to you in greenery. Yeah, all dreamery. People be asking about what your screen, so I thought I'd expand, give you a color. So anyway, someone said he was wrong. That must be a LeBron fan right there. That is funny. Yeah, and we're gonna try some different things here. We're gonna see what's up. Give people a chance to come on through. See how your day is going, how your night's going, what you dealing with. Um, get on into it. So hit that like up and feel free to give some conversation. And again, all you don't catch on here, I'll put on the podcast, which I got going through these YouTube streets. So that'll be coming real soon with the tie-in. Doing good. How you feeling? How you doing? Feel like it's been a while since I heard from you. What's up with you? Doing all right? Doing all right. Let me know what you think about the paint job behind me. So it's all greenery. Thought I'd do a little something different. Wow, people all saying that Stephen A. Smith was wrong. What's happening? How you doing? Thank you for coming through. Wow. I ain't think Stephen A. Smith was gonna catch this kind of flack, but okay. Where you coming from today, Mythical Gaming? How you doing? How you doing? People got some real interesting names. 6 by 9, I remember that one, but these last two I haven't seen before. But anyway, hit the like. Feel free to commentate. Let me know where you're coming from, and let's talk. No, I don't like anything like that. I'm a vegetarian, vegan, so I don't even know what that means. Okay, 60/40 now. That's pretty cool. Mm, just the name. I'm not gonna diss nobody's name. As long as people are respectful adult and considerate, I don't care what name you go by, as long as it's not offensive or anything like that. But thank you for coming through. Wow. Got some comedy going on here. Y'all must know I'm a part-time comedian or something, because y'all got some fire going up in here. Y'all got some jokes. Alright. Good. Y'all can squash that. Um, incentives. I don't know if it's guaranteed, so I don't know, but, you know, they make a ton of money off of him. I mean, he's got the podcast, he's got the live stream, so they done made 1,000,000,000 off of him if you think about it. I mean, he been there for what? Chunky years, so he done all kinds of things. I mean, when he had his ESPN show back in the '00s, so he been there for a chunk, so if they do, that's only fair. I know I like this Lou Ferrigno thing. I'm feeling this drip. I think this is pretty funky. They offered me this, and I think, you know what? I'm gonna go turn green. I'm feeling it, and it is getting near spring, so why not? I like those colors on it. So try something different. I'm not afraid to try different things, so it's all good. And if it means views and people coming through and conversation, we're gonna treat it like the club. They in trouble, and they in Florida too. Turkeys are messed up. It's wild too. It's wild. Trying something different. That's all. I don't mind the hit. It keeps everybody awake and people want to converse. Hey, why not? It's not just sports analysts. The thing about it is, do you realize all the commercialism that they have? They making the money because that's what the going rate is, because he is considered a top tier analyst, but it's also because he does other endeavors. He's in Fox. He's done, commentary, a lot of stuff. There's a lot of money. It's a lot of money involved. A lot. A lot. Believe me. A lot. It's way more than you can imagine these days. And it has, because sports is big business and people get paid to talk about it. So just saying, people think this old assumption that it was like it was. It's different now. So there was a time when you were a sports figure. I mean, there's some guys who are that good who they should who could gotten that kind of money because they were pretty big analysts. I remember a guy named Howard Cosell. He was a pretty big deal. You think about John Madden and the Madden football and all that. They made a ton of money off these guys as announcers and broadcasters. So if you happen to make yourself into pop icon status and you big, I thought the world was about podcasting. Well, they're doing their broadcast actually on YouTube now. And he is doing a podcast. It's a real crazy cap that's going on. Way they manipulate it. But they are bringing more content to ESPN, to YouTube. And and he does have a podcast. I'm mixed on his podcast because he's not that different from what he does on TV. And as far as I'm concerned, he basically took a knee to what LeBron James did to him on the sideline. That was way out of line by LeBron. So, but they are selling it as, you know, it's messed up because they're selling the packaging deals with Peacock and with Netflix and all this other stuff. So it's changed the language. You are paying like cable. You're not paying to get what you want. It's real twisted what they're putting down. So it's different these days. Anyway, live and clear here. So feel free to come on through. It's one of those kind of days, all sparkly and bright. I don't even know what it's like outside, but inside it's green, like a jelly bean. So feel free to commentate. Feel free to take it all in. Still a lot of different layers to how people do stuff. So that's all I'm gonna say about that. Anyway, feel free to comment and everything. We're gonna see what we're working with. 50-50 split about the Stephen A. Smith thing. That's interesting. Hmm. We're gonna see what we're working with. Hope everybody having a good day so far, wherever you are in the world. Mm. All right, we just up here chilling. We're gonna be here just chilling for a while. I'm gonna give it a little while longer to see if anybody comes through. Just kind of taking it all in today. Hmm. All that green around and make it crazy. See what we got. Hmm. Ah. Anyway, okay. Gotta check that out when I get a chance. See what we're working with. Give it a little while longer. Hmm. Tomorrow probably. I'm gonna be inspired to come to the mind. See what's up. Hope the weather's good where everybody's at. Interesting weather. Going back and forth though. But see what we got. Mm, right. Interesting comment and just goes away. So we'll hold on for a little while longer. Hmm. So these days just be feeling kind of like, see if I can find it. Boom, 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 boom. Hey, what's happening? How you doing? Thank you for coming through. So because you showed up, I'll be on for at least 20, 30 more minutes. What's up? Glad you came through because I need someone to talk to. It got real quiet in here. So thank you. I got I'm good for another 25 minutes. So if you want to talk, I gotta get out. Got about 25, 30 minutes. So how's your day going? What's up? How's your day going? A woman who makes I don't get caught up in about finance. I think because of what we're dealing with this country and everybody all tripping about money. Mm, that's up to the people involved. So if someone makes seven figures and they was someone that makes under 100 grand, but then what kind of relationship do they have? Is it founded in spiritual uplift or is it gonna be founded in what you can do for me? It's so many that's a touchy subject. And so when it makes seven figures, they might be funny about who to deal with, who makes, it's a lot of politics. So I can go either way. It can go either way. Depends on the person that they involved with. So you got to be very careful with that. Yeah, I just think it's not about the end of the day, it's not about the money. It's how you handle the money. There are people who got seven figures and they broke. There are people who got one figure and they figure out how to make it work. So, it just comes down to common sense. I don't base stuff on what your money is because that don't mean anything big picture. We like nice things and we like to live good, but you put too much of a standard on money, it'll come back to bite you. You can have a standard, then there's another when you're being ridiculous. Oh yeah, pick a sore spot on you. How do you remember me? It sound familiar. Oh, tell me like last year or something, because it do look familiar. Plus, when you did a live stream, her name do look familiar. And if I'm lying, but it do look familiar though, and I do got a good sense of memory. They've always been a hustler. That's nothing new. As a matter of fact, I'll give you one better than that. Yeah, I mentioned that. That's why I was saying it was on here. Charlene, my aunt once told me, she said, married couples are the strangest couples. And as you go on, you understand that relationships, because it's give and take, there's certain things that people want. It's like when I look at Bill Clinton and Hillary Clinton, that's an interesting dynamic that only they could make that work. Yeah, I think you mentioned it. What made me become one is because it's something that I could do. Um, that's a good question. I had a buddy of mine who actually had a studio, but he liked my videos, and I didn't even do stuff in the studio. I do outside, inside, you know. But the point was is that felt my voice, my commentary, my subject matter would reach an audience. So that's why I ended up doing it. And it's work. No, takes work on these YouTube streets. Because you gotta be really dedicated. And sometimes things won't go your way with it. But it's always when you see people come to check out your live streams or comment on you or support you or something like that, but just give you a hello or a reminder, you know. So, anyway, feel free to keep on hitting these comments up. Please don't go quiet on me now because I need people to keep talking. We got a live stream, so let's make it count. 57% saying yes for it. Stephen A is a very divisive figure, but I don't think he was wrong at all. Anyway, let's keep it going. So, you are like a star. You might always be seen, but you're always there. Well, thank you so much. I appreciate that. What a heck of a compliment. Thank you for balling. I appreciate that. Appreciate you. Wonderful. Thank you for that. I remember that quote. Okay, Charlene. No, they would be like one hit wonders. I like the songs too, because Girl, You Know It's True was catchy as I don't know what. And the imagery, it was genius to put the faces with the voices. Today it's called AI. Nothing really changes, a different name. No. Clive Davis behind that mess? No. It was a scam. The music industry thinks people are dumb. So they did it during the visual 80s and they've been doing it ever since. No. It was catchy. But to be considered a legend, you have to done it a number of times, put the kind of work in. Mm-mm. Catchy songs and catchy for the era. Legendary? Yeah, lip syncer. Yeah. Oh, a lot of people do. They were big and people used them as a jump off to kind of diss what was wrong with the industry. But it was like a gag joke that took a life of its own. So thank you for the subscription. You made my day. That's something I'm gonna remember. I'm gonna remember that whole quote. You may not be seen, but you're always a star. I remember that. What happened, Charlene, is that they were performing on Arsenio Hall. Some places they performed and the CD scratched. And then it came out that they were lip syncing and they had to turn their Grammys in. Clive Davis was behind that mess. And it was a running joke that they were fake and it looked like it was artificial from the word jump. Appreciate you, footballer. Thank you for the words. Have a great one. So it really wasn't no shock. Not to people who really read between the lines. So they were masquerading. Yeah. They came and they went. And it was kind of like it was kind of known. I mean, it wasn't like no mystery because her ghosting is even worse than theirs. She had singers sing. Ashanti did a song on there. Ashanti Moore. Because she's industry connected, and you can use your imagination. Hello, how you doing? J Lo been doing things strange for the change. Booty for the booty, booty. You know, booty for the looty. You know, cheeks for checks. I've used those terms before. So if you ever watch my live streams, I said booty for the looty, cheeks for checks. Yeah. Let me give you a story. So I don't know if you ever watched this guy named Storm Monroe, but he had this. This was last year. He had this video. And so there's a video of her with her producer, Corey Rooney. He used to be with Sony. Anyway, she's supposed to be doing a Barbara Streisand credit as cover song. He's at the keyboard and she told him, find me the key, get me the right key. And she was singing some bad notes. Bad. So if you ever get a chance to hear her trying to do Barbara Streisand, you type in with her and Corey Rooney, it was horrible. No, this was horrible. This was one of the worst singing of choices I ever heard. Her voice was so bad it cleared up my ears and made them hurt at the same time. It was brutal. Cause Storm Monroe had did this. It was cause I remember it was like on for like an hour, and I was like kind of nodding off because I was just watching his. He was talking about artists and he talked about bad she sing, and he had the tape of her telling Corey Rooney, "Find me the key, find me the key." Um, she's okay. Cause like when I listen to Take a Bow, or when I listen to Crazy for You, those weren't bad. And she could perform. So that's what she had going for her. She's not a great vocalist or a good vocalist, but she was a stylist who understood her lane. And she could actually hold her own stage. And she had top tier songs, but she actually made herself an identity. That's the difference. Not the best, not the worst, but had a enough to get through, but she had charisma to sell it. No, she ain't. Let me tell you something, and don't be offended. I'm gonna tell you like this from the brothers. Let me tell you what the brothers say about her, right? It's all about the booty. We don't put her on mute. We don't sit around, listen to her crying, squealing. She's an okay dancer. It's always been about the booty. Nothing else, nothing more. I'll tell you something right now. She turned around and got on OnlyFans and was singing behind from the back and singing, she probably would go platinum. Probably buying her stock up. Nobody wants to really try to see her with them corny singing attempts. No. Ariana Grande can sing. The only problem with Ariana Grande is that they didn't they and they couldn't make up their mind. Is she gonna be a Junior Whopper Mariah Carey or Junior Whopper Christina Aguilera? That's the plan that knocked her. Decent voice, wrong material. And she's also a victim of just not really, I don't know, capitalizing on something. So it's just one of those things. But yeah, decent voice just doesn't really have an identity. So that's the problem. Sometimes if you don't get the right material, you don't get the right focus, you know how I go. I'm just saying. So and to me, that's what hurt her more than anything. To me, you know. Because I think she can sing all right. But I just think that she just it's kind of like nondescript. Mm, gotta have the right everything. Music just like movies, you gotta have the right vehicle. Things gotta be aligned, stars gotta be aligned. So much politic involved. We can sit there. There's a lot of people. I can say that mainly about back in the day when I thought people were going to be bigger. A lot of it was because they upset the wrong or didn't do the strange stuff. So it's a lot of politic involved. Well, sometimes they don't have the right material, or sometimes, you know, it's a lot of factors involved. Because being bigger can mean different things to different careers. So just saying, just saying. You can look at a career and there's a lot of layers to that cake. So that's all I'm saying. If you don't get the right song or the right movie or the right, you know, it can, you know, it happens a lot, but there's a lot of politics involved too. So just remember that. Okay, we got some more viewers in here. Thank you for coming through. Welcome you in. Feel free to comment, hit the like and subscribe. Yeah. All right, I got a little more time left, so we're gonna see what we're working with. So that time is right. Okay. We're gonna see what we're working with. Please feel free to give me some comments and some ideas and see where you're coming from. People coming through, coming through, coming through. Don't get quiet now. Don't get shy now. Welcome thoughts and comments. So we got I don't know. I don't know. Cause it's nobody really stands out. No one really stands out. I mean, movies. And or she would have probably left the United States. No, no, not even close. See, she would have had to work with someone like R. Kelly. That if she'd have had someone who could have kept her current, I don't think Timbaland Missy would have just gave her beats. And see, she was going towards film. I don't think that the machine was behind Beyonce though. Beyonce had the girl group. She went solo with Jay Z. No, two different types. She was a better singer than Aaliyah. Two different types. Two different types. But I think Aaliyah would have probably gone into film. That's what I think she would have done. I can't say more determination because Aaliyah did do film. Aaliyah did music and she was able to do get quite a bit of it done in a relatively short time. When you think about it, Beyonce just happened to have a longer reach with it, but can't say that she had a drive because her father and her parents instilled it in her. Yes, and she works very hard. But hey, anybody that's successful in that industry has to work. She had a presence, I think. What's up, TSP? She had a presence, I think, kind of like with Tupac. She did. But I didn't see a lot of depth in her though. I listen, I'm gonna talk about this the best way I can. I loved it when she and R. Kelly worked together musically. I liked her musically. But Brandy was the girl next door, and Monica was the hood chick. Aaliyah had a distinctive vibe about her, and she was the cool chick. But do I think that she could have gotten, I got to go back and think about all that. And she wasn't bigger than Brandy though. So I don't want to go say nothing, but I got to say something because I saw all of them back then. And I remember Aaliyah, before she transitioned, no, I never said no. But Brandy was big in Black World. Brandy had a doll, albums, TV show, and movies. I know what you did last summer. She introduced the world to Kobe Bryant because the industry pimped her out. That's why. And she brought Timberlake on and he turned her out. She got pimped and hustled by her daddy, by her sister, Lou Pearlman, and Timberlake. And they all turned on her. She was a cash cow. Industry turned on her. That's what happened to that kid. Yeah. She was catchy. Did that TV movie with Whitney Houston too. The Parkers, Moesha. Monique blew up from that. So I mean, and her brother too, unfortunately. But anyway, Brandy was big for a minute. But the problem with Brandy is that she got, you know, when she got to be grown, people just it's kind of like what happened with Gary Coleman. She almost caught that TV itis, like you just got grown and people just left you alone. She still had some hits as an adult, but you know, but she was black big. She wasn't big, big beyond that though. See, let me explain when I say black big. That means you big in the neighborhood. And she had crossover and there was money, but Beyonce had the crossover. That's why she's been the most important black pop crossover act the last 25 years. Brandy ain't seeing what Beyonce has as far as that go. When you take the have you won't, but that's just saying. And then she came out the girl group and she did movies and she did, so she had all that going for her. Yeah, there is. I always say all the time there's tears to it. And people, you be surprised. That's part of it. But see, she came out of a girl group which was very successful. She actually paid her dues because they at first they record didn't really hit into that remix of No No No, and then it worked with Wycliffe. But Dwayne Wiggins, rest in peace, had a hand in helping them out. And then of course, Bills, 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 and all those other songs hit though. I have, thank you. I don't know which one because I did a bunch. You gotta remember, like, so I'll tell you like this. I cut so many in a day that you gotta remind me. And then sometimes I've cut them weeks, maybe a month in advance because it depends on what's inspiring me at the time. So that's in the frame of mind, man, because I got a lot of different ideas and they don't all fit to the layer I'm at the time. Okay. Thank you. The Hakeem Sampson one because they were the original Twin Towers. I lived in Houston back then. And it just didn't work because Sampson couldn't stay healthy, but it was compelling. Did it hurt Akeem's career? It's an interesting story because actually the Duncan and Robinson one gets more attention, but that was an interesting one. Let me see. Yeah, the Kobe Low one is because of the media. And he was very polarizing. Beyonce ain't gonna come on and say no mess like that. Um, she ain't gonna say that. She's a lot like that Laura London character in ATL with Ti. She from the Birds, but she tried to play the Creole hood rat. I know what she do. The difference between pop music and R&B, there's no difference no more. Because R&B today is pop music, and it's all interspersed. Um, it was black and white back in the day, way back in the day. Because pop music was always an offshoot of R&B. It always has been. It's just that it came down racial demographics and people breaking stuff. There used to be differences in what the R&B used to be as far as soul before pop, and you mainstream your sound. So it turned into sounds. There's no difference today though. Not when you got somebody like what Drake does. Adele, basically, it's kind of like a white version of what Mary J. Blige does. A lot of breakup music, sad records and stuff. Not deep as Sade. It's it's loungy, it's adult contemporary, but it doesn't really go nowhere. But she's got a niche that works. And as long as she can break up with somebody or got a sad song and she can make 7 songs about it, people will be okay. They eat them things up like hotcakes. But I don't see anything deep about her. She's got a few songs I like. And I just basically could see her at some kind of Holiday Inn performing. I don't see the big deal. Not like that. Decent, but nothing special, you know. But pop music and R&B used to be wildly different. Used to be. But R&B music is popular music. And all artists eventually, if they successful, become pop music. It's all one big umbrella. No, we haven't. We've had the technology. The technology is the superstar. That's the superstar. When you streaming and you clicking views, that's a superstar. It's not about what you remember. Well, Marvin Gaye, I got a funny story. I did have a friend of mine. She wasn't the biggest Marvin Gaye fan, ironically. It's true. So there are a few people out here who didn't necessarily go. I thought so too. But you find that out when you have conversations with certain people. There are artists that you think that the end all be all that someone don't. Oh, well, she just didn't really care for his voice because at the time, as a kid, then she thought he was a bit more deep and he was too sensual and kind of, because it could kind of turn some people off. So it could be, you know. I mean, some of his material could be, it depends. It depends. I thought the world of him and I could relate to him musically, but you know, there are some people you know, don't grow up listening to his music, and so they probably, might think he's, maybe too heavy for him. Doug Alexander O'Neill, my favorite singer to come out the Minneapolis scene, and I got him vocally over Prince too. Vocally, didn't say musically, but vocally. I loved his voice. Marvin Gaye, I don't know. He was with Motown forever and a day, and then later on he came to CBS Sony. So he only had 2 homes, so I don't know, you know. Yeah, I do think I think Hathaway's story is a lot deeper and more profound than ever was said. Because his arrangements were sick. I mean, that guy could soulful, could play anything. Um, in the R&B world, but in the pop world, no. R&B world, yeah. Pop world, no. Well, I grew up listening to him, and they should have been. A lot of it's because of the way Larry Blackman handled things. Should have been way bigger. Should have been. But you can call them legendary. I mean, in R&B world, they get love. But even that has been kind of everything is all about candy, though. Sam Cooke was set up, yeah, but they wanted Sam Cooke out. They wanted his rights. They wanted his rights. Yeah, Foursome D's are underrated. I loved them growing up back in the day. They were one of the few that was rapping and singing. That was a novelty. It's funny how you look at things 30, 40, 50 years. That was not the norm. I Love as a House was my jam. Hmm. And when they hit, they hit. But when they cooled off, they cooled off. So, but I liked them though. Because Barry Gordy was an incredible music man, the greatest music man. When you can give me, I'll put your camera onto you. This is where I get deep. You give me the Temptations, Donna Ross, Stevie Wonder, Marvin Gaye, Michael Jackson, Lionel Richie, Four Tops. You give me 20 plus year careers out of everybody. Smokey. How you gonna what other label can say that? That's how. Other labels had great successes and they had other artists. They did not give you 20 plus year careers with a label. Now you show me another record company that could duplicate that, especially black talent. So yeah, Love is a House was I like the vocals on that one. Who am I taking after those three? I'm going in that order. Dreamgirls, which I've seen the Broadway musical, I liked it. He was kind of actually doing a take on Jackie Wilson, but that same thing because Gordy used to write songs for Jackie Wilson. It's all tied to Donna Ross. Everybody knows what the film's about. Out the three, if I had to pick one out of that, well, Babyface ain't in an argument with those two. Okay, I like Face a lot, but he's not in that weight class. He's too light in the cakes to hang with them two. So the real one is out of Barry and Quincy. Quincy had more variety of who he worked with, but Barry Gordy was a songwriter, musician, and built careers. So I'm taking Barry Gordy. I said the greatest record man. Quincy Jones got a lot of his stuff by as arranger and working with Gordy wrote songs. Gordy would sit there and analyze to get quality. So he's the one that gave the blueprint to Michael Jackson. So when Michael worked with Quincy Jones, he already knew what standards was about. He just had to find somebody who could do it in totality. He's typical mafia, Sharky, pimping Dre and Snoop and all of them. Okay, I like these. Okay. I'm taking R. Kelly because he had Riley, the New Jack Swing, but he didn't really go far as an artist. His groups were cool. Well, come on, R. Kelly is one of the most dominant artists ever. Singer, songwriter, producer, longevity. Teddy Riley had a sound which dominated, but R. Kelly was, you know, that no matter what people come down, Dr. Dre in a blowout. Dre in a blowout. Better producer. And the key is the artist because look at the artists he's had associate with in the careers. Kanye's as big as anybody he's produced. Think about it. Legit producer stays out the scene and then they make their own. Oh, this is a good one. You must been watching Drink Champs. You think you're gonna get me to take a drink? Nah, I'm taking Cube. Because Cube was the balance of both that street, but then that commercial. And Nas, I love Nas a lot. Nas isn't, they both be up on my top five, but I gotta give it to Cube. Cube had a vibe about him. Yeah, well, yeah. And Kanye was big with it, but I'm taking Cube. I'm taking Cube. This is good too. I got 10 more minutes, so keep them coming. This is good. This is probably the best live yet. I love this, Charlene. You be asking me questions like this, and y'all and TSP, I'm with it. But yeah, yeah. Unlike Drink Champs, I don't know if y'all watch Drink Champs. I can always pick somebody. I've never had a draw. I don't do draw. I do one or the other. I can like both because I do like Cube and Nas a lot, but I got to give Cube the edge though. Plus, I like his humor better too. I'm taking Lauren Hill in a blowout. Nikki and Cardi don't belong on that. Uh, Eve was good, but she didn't stretch out long enough. Didn't really go long enough with that. So Little Kim and Foxy, I like them both. I think Little Kim had more I like her vibe. Foxy was good on hooks. So Lauren Hill got him beat. Nikki and Cardi don't belong on that. I'm sorry, escorts don't belong. And you can say Lil Kim and Foxy were doing the escort thing, but they actually rap. Lil Kim could actually rap. Sometimes she might overdo it. But Nikki and Cardi, no. I take Lauren Hill all day. Is Lauren Hill in that list? Then I'd probably say Lil Kim. Then I'd say Foxy than Eve. Eve just didn't do enough where I could make a strong case. That's all. Because if she did a little bit more, she may have been a little bit higher. Because I liked a few things she did. But Lauren Hill got them beat. She could rap and sing. And she was the big act. She was the big timer. She was before Beyonce as far as that black crossover. And it didn't last long. Okay, so anyway, that's my thoughts on that. So what's next? What we got? Because we got 10 more minutes, so let's do it. And when everybody sees us back on playback, they're gonna say, "You were in the green." Yes, I was. I like this. I might come back tomorrow too. I like this a lot. No, Nikki and Cardi don't belong. Nikki's all right in spurts, but she don't really do nothing for me compared to them. And Cardi's just a dancer, pole dancer. So that's not really. I don't really like her steez at all. At least with Lil Kim, she could rap. That R&B singer song still goes hard if you ever listen to that. She had some, and on the about the Benjamin, she could go. She could go. It's either that or a paint job behind me. Or a discotheque. I could be at a discotheque. A viral discotheque. I like the backdrop. Megan. Good way to try to sneak one that I could like. I'll give Megan the edge on that. I'm not big on her, but I'll take her over that. Megan's all right. She all right. She all right. They still got some more votes. 69% says no. Good. Glad to see it overwhelmingly. You think you got me on this one? Yeah, I am. I did a video yesterday about Josh Allen and I talked about Von Miller. Yes, I did. They still come on. I try not to avoid it. Okay. TSP think you got me. What's up? What's up? Man, I gotta go in about 10 minutes. Your timing is crazy. TSP, let me answer this one as quickly as I can, the best way I can. Who would I take out? Those two for all time. I'm going to take Magic. Magic. Yeah. So much for all that crying. I did a video about it, but it's not coming out till next week. He ticked me off. He all that crying. I thought he was gonna go. So my uncle, was his big Washington fan. I thought, okay, they gonna come to the Commanders or go to Philly. He told me he gonna go back. Mm, I don't know. Depends on the rules we got. I think so. I'm taking Kareem. Yeah, he sold himself out. I'm taking Kareem because he had a more incredible shot. Now you're gonna ask me, well, how come I took Kareem over Jordan, but not Magic over? Well, this is different. Magic play all those positions, but Kareem to me against Jordan, he was more colder for what he did. Yeah, Kareem was that great because you have never seen another center quite like Kareem with that sky hook. So before you laugh, now I think Shaq could get him in his prime, but the guy to have a play like that for 20 years, you know, he was incredible. You know, because they only don't think no one. They think that the Jordan myth is forever. He might not be over him, but he's more scary than him. He was clutch. I can tell you that. Yes, I'm gonna take Shaq over, but I'll tell you this: he was clutch. Sinatra got the better voice. Sammy had talent, but Sinatra got the better voice. So I gotta give it to Sinatra because he had more depth. Uh, yeah, I'm not even going to entertain Skip because that's bad comedy. Yeah, I loved it. It came to me late night. Um, was it Friday night? It was late. I was surprised too because it was all that smoke, and it was actually classy for them. No, he had moments where he outplayed him. He wasn't better than him for a career. No, no. He had moments. There's a difference between moments and when you outplay somebody. Dandridge was the better actress. Monroe had more of the stardom. So I gotta give it to Dandridge. I take Sinatra. Mhm. He did. And he talked about the institution, the way he did it. He did it in a real smooth way because he said it starts at the top. They probably did because I'll tell you something. Without Skip Bayless, there ain't much to Stephen A. Smith. So of course. Who's your quarterback? She was beautiful and she was organic, and I loved everything she did with Haley Belafonte. But Hollywood wasn't ready for her. And they've been trying to always find another one like her, but you know how they go. Yeah, I expect they would do a podcast together. He didn't, but he also, uh, he told a lot. He knew what he could and couldn't do, and he did have privilege, but he earned it though. Bird at his peak was better. I think better than Magic. I don't know about Kareem, but I think Magic. I could say again, Kareem was a special player. Beauty, Dorothy. I think if you give Shaq a Magic Johnson type of point guard and put him in a system, I beg to differ. He never had that. He didn't put to play no Oscar Robinson and no Magic Johnson. He's KD getting old, man. He's that dude that's trying to fight because he has no one to fight for him. Did you see the Devin Booker interview? They hate their coach. Booker didn't put him under the bus. Boozer is gone. Bradley Beal not gonna get traded. And they losing games they should win. They don't have enough juice and they don't play no defense. And KD's just old and frustrated, disgruntled. That's what it is. And he doesn't have anybody. What who say? KD just Booker, they asked him about it. He got called into Boozer's office, Buddha's office, and he clowned it. They're not listening to him. I don't know if Devin Booker hates the coach because they beat him in the finals. I don't know what it is. Booker don't listen to nobody. He ain't gonna. Well, yeah, because he had somebody in the stands. This his wife and his kids. Matching up against each other in the totality of your careers is two different things. Kareem was a better player overall. Okay. And I love Moses. I saw Moses, but Moses did not get you didn't get that kind of thing out of Moses like you did Kareem. Well, KD is frustrated because he is in a situation that he's in a no-win situation. And where is he gonna go? Because okay, if you want to say that because he's strong, compact, except he's quicker than AD, but I could see how he holds that ball. He gets a lot of free throws. He makes you have to put your body on him. That's why I could see that. That I could see. But if he can bulk like AD and maintain that dribble and force the refs to call, he'll be averaging 30 plus a game for the rest of his career. He got that nasty fadeaway. I know one thing. AD didn't shoot them fades like that. And he's getting better with each passing year. But to be like AD, you own the middle of the paint. You own the baseline. Kevin Murphy's one of the most underrated guys. So that's no shame in that. He was underappreciated. Houston always did give them a tough time though. So they always gave him a tough time. LaMelo, look at where he plays for. Year I would pick anybody over Dr. Phil. I never did get the hype about Dr. Phil. They don't have another guy that you're afraid of. And that's the problem. Because I like Jay Williams, I like Holgram, I like what they got, and they got a strong squad, but they're missing. The truth is if a guy like Kevin Durant was shooting for them right now, that would be dangerous. That's what they're missing. Because Shea would be a triple double machine. He'd be giving Jokic the business. He'd be a triple double machine. And he as it is, uh he has to score 30 plus as it is. But if he had um a score like that, yeah, yeah. TSP only works for TSP. That's all you need. We don't do ESPN over here. We don't do Fox Sports. We diss them. We call them out. If they come up with something we like, we give them love. But we don't do that. What they do. But ain't no trying to be on no whack plantation network where they have you talk about 4 or 5 stories, and then when they get called out, then they like Monica McNutt come out there dissing Charles Barkley because he finally mentioned Cleveland Cavaliers when he don't talk about it. Yeah. But that's why I don't talk about the Yankees. You asked me what I thought, and I didn't say nothing. I don't know what to expect this year. I know that Boone is riding by the seat of his pants, though, and I know that. So, but they were going in kind of an old team, so this could only, you know, we'll see. 71% said no. That's good. They'll make a trade, but can they make a trade that will get them to another level? I don't know. Well, Timberwolves' problem is simple. And ain't Rudy Gobert's back. You got to find a way to protect the glass. Got to make some easy games. Never is no easy games with y'all, though. Oh, yeah, I know he is. But what do you think he was? Does he be playing the wheel of identity too? I don't play Stanton on mine. Billy Joel in the blowout. I like Rod Stewart, but Joel was a better songwriter. And Stewart had more popularity. Stewart had some big songs that I like, but Billy Joel was songwriter. Better talent, far as I'm concerned. Yeah. Yeah, Duran's nice. They just need to put some bodies. They got to figure out a way to keep, again, a lot of these teams are just missing the right piece. Nope. Yeah, well, it's it's the tonage. He light complected and the hairstyle. He talks with kind of an accent too. Kind of funny cat though, so you know. I don't play Gene Carlo. That's because the Gene Carlo part. That's what throw you off. That's what's throwing you off. He probably got that Tiger Woods syndrome too. We all over the world. I don't know. I don't pay him a lot of mind though. He gave Barry Bonds some shade when Bonds was the batting coach, and he was trying to say, "I'm going to get the real National League record," or some mess he was talking about. I've always looked at Gene Carlos Stanton kind of like the Paul George of baseball players. Just something missing. Y'all got a chance. Y'all real feisty team, and that's a very competitive division over there. Probably the best in baseball because y'all Detroit, um, Cleveland. Yeah, y'all got it legit through there. Oh yeah, well, boxing is popular in a lot of places. So yeah. All of them were conscious, but I'd probably say Mayfield more so. I'd say Mayfield, but Sam Cooke was on the business side, and Marvin because it just kind of fell into his lap because he just was a brother, you know. If you're talking prime for prime, I'm taking George Foreman, and I like Lennox Lewis a lot, but Foreman was a bad dude. Okay, I got 3 more minutes before I gotta roll. Foreman. Come back tomorrow, uh, about near the same time. We'll do this though. Jimmy Young knocked out Foreman too. Don't forget. Jimmy Young knocked out George Foreman. Look it up. A lot of them are. A lot of them are. Um, of those three, of those three, Curtis Mayfield. Of those three, I'm taking Curtis Mayfield. Of those three, and I take them in that order. Anyway, I'm gonna get ready to go. Yeah. So tomorrow, if y'all back on about this time, I will definitely be back on. We can do this again. This was great. This was a very good live, great commentary, a lot of buzz. Thank everybody. Ted, I'm glad you came back. Wow. Chidri, thank you. GSP, Charlene, thank you as always. Um, he was bad. Yeah, well, musically. Curtis Blow didn't had catchy songs, came and went. 50 was catchy, streaky though. But yeah, Curtis Mayfield in a blowout. songwriter, love his soundtracks. So anyway, let's do this again tomorrow. I'll be back on. So I gotta get rid of step. Appreciate you. Thank you for everybody's support. Stay safe, stay blessed, stay woke. Check out the videos. Appreciate what you said, TSP. Yes. Let me know what you think about that Kobe one I did. Thank you for coming back through, Ted. And give me some requests too. I'm out.